it's me, Trevor. In this quick little video, I kind of want to bring up two important things. Both involve potential statehood into the Union. So, as you all know, currently we have 50 states and 5, outside island territories and 1 federal district. However, 2 of these 6 areas are kind of vying for statehood and or possibly independence. So, first off, Washington, D.C. So, Washington, D.C. Basically, right now, as the legal terms stand, Washington, D.C. is our capital, but it's also a federal district, which obviously houses our federal government. In Congress, they actually have 1 delegate that is being currently represented by this woman right here, Eleanor Norton, who is currently a Democrat. So, she introduced a bill back in January of this year, basically titled H.R. 51. And basically, what it says is that a bill to provide for the admission of the state of Washington, D.C. into the Union. And as we will throw on screen right now, a little section of this bill, which I found to be really interesting, and was also mentioned in Congress a little while ago. Yeah, I know, I watch Congress. You guys can make fun of me later. In section 101A, which is the portion that I have cut out and have on the screen right now, says this: subject to the provisions of this act, upon issuance of the proclamation required by section 103B, the state of Washington, Douglas Commonwealth, is declared to be a state of the United States of America, and is declared admitted into the Union on an equal footing with the other states in all respects whatever. Yeah, basically, DC wants to be a state. Yeah. Before we get to my opinions, and which will be in the conclusion, we're gonna talk about Puerto Rico real quick. Alright, so we talked about Washington, D.C. Now we're gonna talk about Puerto Rico. Basically, we've had Puerto Rico ever since the Spanish-American War in 1898, which is, I guess you could say, America's shortest war. I mean, it only lasted for 3 months. By the way, best chocolate milk ever. This bill that deals with statehood for Puerto Rico is known as H.R. 1965. Before we talk about what it says, I want to bring up who actually introduced it and when it was introduced. It was introduced back in March 20th to be exact, by this guy. This is Darren Soto of Florida's 9th Congressional District, and is actually supported by the delegate from Puerto Rico. Yeah. So basically, here is what H.R. 1965 says. To set forth the terms for the admission of the territory of Puerto Rico as a state of the Union. In the House of Representatives, March 28th, 2019. be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. This act may be cited as the Puerto Rico Admission Act. So yeah, Puerto Rico becoming a possible 51st state, which will make the flag go from this to this. Yeah. So in conclusion, what do you think that I think is going to happen? Honestly, DC becoming a state? No. Puerto Rico becoming a state? Sure, but no. Either way, they're not going to become states. Even though out of the two, Puerto Rico is the more likely, DC should never be a state. Its one and only purpose is for it being a federal district. Because then, if it's a federal district, then it can be free from local politics. As in state politics, local government politics, like city. But hey, you have representation in Congress. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something, and tell me in the comments below of which of the two you prefer to see as a 51st state. See you later.